question is the field of positive psychology. And if you were to look at over 10,000 papers that have appeared in the last about 20 years on this topic and draw out the essence from it, you would conclude that three things are super important if you want to be happy. Okay, I want to share them with you. The first thing, it turns out, is very, very important, is that your basic necessities are met. You can't be happy if you don't know where your next meal is going to come from, or if you don't have adequate medical attention, or if you don't have a roof over your head. In fact, not just to be happy, even to be not unhappy, you need your basic necessities to be met, and there's lots of evidence for it from around the world. The second thing that turns out to be super important if you want to be happy are a set of three goals. The first of these three goals is the goal of mastery. That is, to be happy, you need to feel that I'm really good at doing something. What that something is of course going to differ by people. Somebody might be wanting to be really good at, let's say, hacking into computers, right? Other people might be maybe wanting to go to Mars, right? And be really good at traveling to Mars, perhaps. I think we're going to hear a talk about that. Still others might be wanting to be really good parents, for example, or gardeners, or playing tennis, right? What you are really good at, what you're a master of, doesn't need to be something that pays you money for you to be happy. But of course, it's ideal, since we spend 8, 9, 10 hours a day at work, if you're really good at what you do for your work. The second thing turns out to be really important, second goal rather, is the goal of belonging. That is that you need to feel that I have at least one really intimate, close connection with at least one other person in this world. Okay, and with this person, I can be myself, I can let my hair down, they won't judge me, and if I run into some kind of a trouble, they'll come and save me, etc. There was a study done with quote-unquote very happy people. They looked at the top 10% of the happiest people in that group. And they had a variety of characteristics. They're open to experiences and so on and so forth. But there's one single characteristic that every single last one of them had, which is that they all had at least one really intimate relationship. The authors concluded that if you want to belong to the happiest group of people, then having a sense of connection with at least one other person is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. That's how important it is for us to have a belonging. Now, I say M for mastery, B for belonging, and I'm from a business school, so what's the third letter? Good, very good, you're an attentive audience. Okay, MBA, right? And A stands here for autonomy. It turns out that this is super important too. What this means is that you have a sense of control over your life. That is that you feel that, at least when it comes to your most important decisions in life, you know, who do you want to marry, where do you want to live, what kind of job to hold, that you are in control, you're the author of those decisions rather than being a puppet in somebody else's hands. Again, a lot of evidence showing support for this, including that citizens of democracies, where we have a lot more freedom, are far happier than citizens of dictatorships. Okay, so I've talked about two big categories of things that we need in order to be happy. There's a third category, and this category, I'm going to characterize it as a mindset, as a worldview, as the lens through which you view the world. Now, this turns out to be super important too, okay? And I'm going to characterize this mindset as coming in two main varieties. A scarcity mindset, and somebody with this mindset believes at some, perhaps even non-conscious level, right? Implicit level, that life is a zero-sum game. So my win, in order for me to win, somebody else has to lose. No pain, no gain, right? That's the ideology driving a person with a scarcity mindset. And needless to say, therefore, they are likely to be very self-centered, greedy, kind of a grasping, hoarding mentality, very vigilant of the world, and so on and so forth, distrusting. And the opposite of that is the abundance mindset. Somebody who believes that, well, I can win and somebody else can win too. Live and let live. In fact, a person with a truly abundant mindset is going to feel that other people's enjoyment is going to add to my enjoyment. It's like this person is living in a rock concert throughout their lives. You know, look around and everybody's smiling and they feel happy too. It's like actually being at Le Chapeau Volé, I think, right? You look at people around you, everyone's happy and you're happy. Okay? So no prizes for guessing which of these two mindsets is better for happiness. It's obviously the abundance mindset.